everyone, my name is Leigh and welcome to our backyard garden. Today I wanted to talk to you about growing flowers from seeds. If you've been considering buying flower seeds from packets from places like Baker Creek or Botanical Interest, but maybe you're a little intimidated of how they might grow and whether or not your packet of seed would be a waste of money. Today I'm going to give you a close-up of some of the annual flowers that we've been growing here, and I will tell you that I am not disappointed. I'm going to start this flower tour with Baker Creek pansies. This has been so satisfying. I have never been so in love with pansies before, so let's give you a closer look at this beautiful historic florist mix of pansies. Now also, while I'm focusing on these flowers that we grew from seed, I also wanted you to see that I bought this pot from Costco, and I can attach the link for you. And I can also attach the link for this beautiful batch of coleus that I bought from a local farm stand. Now, much to my surprise, I came out yesterday to find that the coleus is starting to flower. It reminds me almost of a basil flower. It's really incredible. Now this one is starting to throw off a flower. Deep inside here are the elephant ears, the upright alocasia that I bought from Costco in the spring, so I'm waiting for them to emerge. Now a pot like this with all this types of coleus and all this types of pansy with elephant ears, and it could be anywhere from $60 to $90. So I guarantee that, you know, this cost a fraction of that to assemble on my own. So this is just an idea of what you can do when you grow flowers from seeds. Now you can also grow coleus from seed. I have heard that it is a little bit more of a challenge to grow the coleus, but based on how very much in love I am with this arrangement right now, I just might give it a try. These bronzy colors here of the pansies happen to be like one of my favorites that I am in love with right now. But then as I look back and see another color is coming to life, gosh, I'm just obsessed with this. Let's go see some more flower types. So this next packet here that I'm about to show you is called Celestial Blue Pansy. And right now I have it in probably too much sun, but it seems to be hanging on. And when I tell you I planted these beautiful flowers in haste, the seeds were so tiny, I really planted them late in the season, and I didn't anticipate that they were actually going to survive. I took the seedlings out of the 72 cell pack of starter plants, and I just threw them in dirt at the last minute, and now they're blooming this late in the season. They are biennial, so they will come back again. You know, they really were very, very easy to grow, and I'm telling you, I'm going to buy this flower all over again. So this next flower here might just be like the joy of my season here of growing flowers. I really didn't know what to anticipate from this Snapdragon Tall Deluxe. This is a perennial flower in zone 5, and I've been left speechless. When the cream started to bloom, I'll be turning the camera around to show you, it was like a creamy limoncello, is what Farmer John called it. This one that's blooming now is, it started off to be this antique apricot color, and now the color just keeps changing. Now mind you, this went through a very heavy torrential rainstorm last night. It was the first rain that we've received in over 3 weeks. So the garden is really waking up today, and in spite of taking the heavy beating of rain, this beautiful perennial flower stood upright. So I am going to probably start some more of these and get them ready for next year, and I'm hoping that all of the color varieties that are on this package are actually going to show up. So we'll be giving you a closer look at the flowers that have already bloomed as we go through the video here. But I'm going to turn the camera around and show you a few that are just starting to form buds, and maybe we can try to figure out what color they'll actually bloom into. I'm so excited to see what this color actually blooms into, because it starts off a little bit more of an antique looking color, and then it lightens up as it comes out. So, oops, here's one that's starting to open now. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to see this snapdragon. Now you can see that we have a ton here. I sowed every seed that was in the packet, not really knowing what to expect. And now there's a ton coming up. Oh, here's another beautiful color. And this was the limoncello that I had mentioned. There will be more flowers coming up of that. It looks like it's going to bloom profusely all through the season. So the next flower that we'll be showing you up close is the gorgeous jet black hollyhock. Oh my goodness, this is such a surprise to see. I sowed it two years ago, actually, not last autumn. I sowed it in 2021. Last year it didn't come up, and I thought, okay, maybe it will come up in a year and a half, and this year it finally showed up. We also are anticipating that we will see some of this color pop up. These have amazing seed pods. When you grow hollyhock, I'm realizing you'll never have to buy seeds again. I had hoped to see this one pop up in the garden by now. I'm still waiting for it. There are hollyhock leaves around the garden without flowers on it yet, so maybe this one will just be a surprise. But it did bloom last year, and it was absolutely breathtaking. I can add some stock footage from last year's garden so you can see what it looked like. It did not disappoint. So we've created a little bit of a wild meadow of flowers that are behind me, and growing behind me now are volunteer poppies. I did not sow seeds again last year. I just allowed this beautiful variety as well as the amazing gray poppies to just go to seed. They were gorgeous last year, and this year their volunteers are even more beautiful. So you'll see as we're inserting pictures here. The red one I think was also from this mix, but I'm not really sure. I may have had another variety that I can't find the package for, but these poppies from Baker Creek are so easy. Once you start them, just be sure to consider where you sow the seeds for poppies, because they're so tiny you might forget where they are, and they are going to volunteer. Their seed heads are very tiny and they just kind of explode, and it's such a wonderful surprise to come out in the spring and have these poppies reappear when you had basically forgotten about them, and they're just beautiful volunteers. The next flower I'm about to show you is not from Baker Creek. However, it is from Botanical Interest. Some of you who have not grown borage yet have no idea what to expect. This is another flower that self-sows generously and shows up as volunteers all through the garden. It sends out a very long taproot, and you can probably wiggle it out of the ground just as we did and transplant the root deep into a place where it will be more beneficial for you. It did sow through the gravel areas of our walkway here, but we're going to allow it because it's so close to an exact area where we probably would have planted it anyway. It's growing in unfavorable conditions in a rock bed right now, so I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what you can expect from blue borage. These beautiful blue flowers of borage are truly blue. They do have a very beautiful wide leaf base to them. So these are great for creating a natural shade bed in your garden. And you can see that they have profusions of blooms on their heads, and they just keep opening, and they continue to bloom all through the season. We had this borage very late into the year until the freeze, and it just popped up here in this rock area of the garden. But I have started new borage, and here is a fresh seedling and what that looks like, so you know what to expect if you plant borage. And I don't have the information packet in front of me for this beautiful calendula, which I sowed last year for the first time. This calendula is such a pollinator magnet. It is absolutely beautiful. It is truly bright in color. It stands out like a light. These are also known as pot marigolds, and these pot marigold calendulas have self-sowed here in the rocky area of the garden, and we're allowing them because they're so beautiful, and this is where they want to be. They were originally planted last year at the end of that bed, and you can see there's another one popping up. Because they're so beneficial, we're just going to allow them to sit here in their beauty and stay. So this is another flower that I would highly recommend you consider if you're trying to grow from seed. They have a very unique seed form. They kind of look like a clipped cat claw. So once you see what a calendula seed looks like, you'll never ever forget. And these flower heads here are where the seed forms. And once you have calendula, you will always have calendula. It's very, very easy to harvest seeds from them. So that was just a few seeds that I wanted to give you ideas for and show you the proof of how beautifully they grow when you plant flowers from seeds. It's so easy. It is so cost effective. It's very, very affordable, and it is substantially less expensive to do it this way than it is to buy pre-made arrangements from any of the farm stands or local big box stores. Now, I will always promote purchases from a local farm stand or a local farmer. But if you can learn to do this on your own, why not give it a try? It's so rewarding. Now, right now I have numerous varieties of cosmos and zinnias, and there's all sorts of stuff about to pop up in the garden. So we are going to show you a few things that are growing that are not from seeds, but I bought them from bare roots and corms from Costco earlier this spring, and I can attach the video. Now, I was just talking about these beautiful petunias. These are volunteers that were actually growing in the other side of the garden over by the tomatoes that I sowed them a few years ago. It actually took a few years for them to show up. They were the tiniest of seeds, but they became a weed, so it was Farmer John's idea to harvest them out of the area that was undesirable and relocate them. And what a gift. I mean, this was a total reward. We now have them dispersed all through the yard in places where we actually want them growing. They're arriving in all different beautiful colors. This packet of seed cost $1. I think I may have purchased a burpee pack. Again, it was several years ago. But if you're going to plant petunias from seed, just make sure you know where you sow them. This beautiful flower here is an anemone, and I can attach the video of the bare roots and bulbs and corms that I bought from Costco early in the spring. When they start, they have this beautiful green foliage, and the flower opens. It takes a few days. It sits in this state here, and you know, you're almost looking at it saying, is this what I'm going to get? Is this strange little head? But this opens and closes like a morning glory. The colors are iridescent and they almost look artificial. This anemone was well worth it. I'm very, very pleased. And here's another color. Oh gosh, I cannot wait to see this. It's like a coral orange red. Can't wait to see that one open. And this leaf alone I'm obsessed with. This is the Alaska variegated nasturtium. I am so obsessed with the colors of this leaf that I plan on buying many packets of this. I bought this from Botanical Interest, and much to my surprise, I'm in love with the leaf alone. And if it was just the leaf, I'd be happy, but now I just can't wait. I'm filled with anticipation to see the flowers. I hope you can see behind me that it's not just flowers that we're growing here. We have corn behind me. There's all sorts of zucchini, squash, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers. There's lettuce in the back. I have beautiful brassicas growing right now. Also behind me, we have a little area that we've created with covered with netting to keep the birds out that we just, I don't know why we call it the berry barn, but that's what we call it. We have blackberries and raspberries and blueberries growing in there. We just had an amazing strawberry season. So if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, we sure wish that you would join us in the beautiful community that we are starting to form. Again, my name is Leigh and our channel is called Our Backyard Garden. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please make some comments. It's important that we have interaction from our community. Look at this beautiful garden. We are not here to provide the answers for you.
you or to be teachers. We are here to simply inspire you, motivate you, and encourage you to try to grow something. It's so important to learn to grow something and pass that information down to the future gardeners and farmers that we're all going to rely on. So if you enjoyed this content, again, please give it a thumbs up. I sure hope you'll subscribe. Stay tuned for a full garden tour. More than 99% of this I have personally grown from seed. So if you'd like to see how we did that, you'll want to stay tuned and come back and join us again. I hope to see you guys in the next video.